Welcome back. The economy's murky, so eat fake turkey. But would the Pilgrims find it absurd to eat a plant-based bird? A recent survey found that 64% of people, that's 64 out of 100, Kat, say they might opt for plant-based turkey alternatives this holiday season due to the rising price of meat. But also their insane lust for killing plants. Think about it. The only reason vegetarians eat plants is because plants can't run away, and vegetarians are too lazy to eat stuff with legs. But this year, the average turkey will cost you 17% more compared to last year. I should have bought this year's turkey last year, or next year when I fix my time machine. Yes, in Biden's America, the streets are paved with tofu, with emphasis on FU. So while you're giving thanks around the dinner table next week, just remember to thank Joe for the gangs of uneaten, angry turkeys roaming the streets, winging cranberry sauce at school children. All right, Kat.
Yeah?
How's your thing? You have plans for Thanksgiving? Is anybody there going to be, like, eating a plant alternative?
Probably not, and neither are these people. The survey said 2 out of 3 people are considering it.
Yes.
Doesn't mean they're going to do it. You don't do everything you consider doing. That's how you go to jail.
That is so true. You know, I worry, Pete, what will become of the turducken, which actually kills 3 birds with 1 stone?
That's true.
No one's ever said that before.
Did turducken ever really get popular?
Yes, I think it
It is in my house.
I don't...
Yeah.
Is it?
It's a chicken and a duck and a turkey.
That's amazing.
In my stomach.
I just think that they're trying to condition people to want or welcome the plant alternative. Like, I was on a plane recently, and they said, they offered a meal.
Yeah.
They said, okay, you can have the chicken or the Beyond meatballs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you just made the decision for me.
Yeah.
I have to do the chicken because I'm not eating the plant meatballs.
Yeah.
But they want you to think that's the way it's going to be. So I think that's part of the response. People feel like they have to say, well, of course, if it's high enough, I would do the plant turkey. But they don't really want a plant turkey.
Would it be funny if Pete was secretly a vegetarian? didn't want to tell anybody?
I have not eaten a vegetable in 3 weeks.
That is so funny.
Sure.
You know, when you think about it, Judge, this is kind of a bit, like, people just assume plants don't have feelings. But they do have a consciousness. Their cells actually move in a direction.
Yeah.
You know?
I sing to my plants.
Do you?
Yeah, I sing to them. I feed them. They're beautiful.
What do you sing?
I don't know. I just sing.
Wow, I want film of that.
Yeah, all right.
I want to be one of her plants.
No, but I got to tell you, have you ever had the plant-based food? I've had it once. I thought I'd kill myself. It was horrible. It's awful. You don't want to eat that stuff. Just eat the meat. They don't want you to eat the meat. They're eating the meat. They're eating the turkey. They just don't want you to.
That's
What?
true.
Did you want to say?
I agree with you. I'm agreeing with you.
Okay.
You know, Tyrus, I have a feeling that if turkeys actually had brains, they'd want us to eat them and end their miserable lives. They're unattractive beasts. They're very ornery. Have you ever been chased by a turkey?
I've never been chased by anything. Top of the food chain.
You are top of the food chain.
You know, here's the deal. Turkeys might cost more, but the little plant-based turkey costs a lot. And not to mention, it's scorched earth to grow their little plants. They kill everything close to the ground to grow it. But it's not cute like a baby cow, but killing every gopher, snake, cricket, every little small bunny, anything that lives in or under the ground to grow their little plants. And all the money it costs and all the subsidies and stuff, whatever. So your turkey might be 17%, but when you buy that sawdust thing shaped like a bird, and who's in charge of that? Who molds it to make it look like a dead body? If you're gonna make it plant-based something, then why don't you make it like a fern or something like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, why do you have to mimic it? If it's so great, if it's so wonderful, if it tastes like the Lord done blessed it with us, why not make it what it really is? A pile of green and then get a spoon. Why make it look like the dead thing you're trying to save? That makes no sense to me.
No, it's true.
Like, if you're not gonna go out and hunt it and bring it, because turkeys are tough. They're not easy to shoot down.
Well,
A little
they
smarter
can
than
run.
you think.
They can
Gutfeld.
fly.
They can.
You know, but if you're going to do all that, why make it look like the body of the thing you're supposedly trying to save?
Exactly.
That's a good
Morons.
It's amazing. All right, I like that. It's like when you buy a burger, it's not shaped like a cow.
But if you buy a veggie burger, it's shaped like a cow burger.
Yeah, it is true.
Because if you saw what it really looked like, you wouldn't eat it.
Exactly.
Well, you do when it on the other end, but I know you were going to say that. So.
Yeah, and there was also, I was going to make an analogy that would probably get me fired.
Yeah.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.